Mr. G. Bundy and his amazing band. Do that again. Are we live? Mr. G. Bundy and his amazing band. These musicians are from all over Portland. Well, you will find them in gigs all over the place. I first met G. He's an amazing middle school teacher, actually, in our city. Please, more, yeah, more. But beyond that, is an innovator and an incredible educator and has made a lot of difference in kids' lives. And what an amazing way to start an event. By the way, if you've never done that before, you should. It's a lot of fun. But musicians, music, jazz. Jazz comes from the Big Easy. Jazz is a compilation of amazing instruments that come together to create big music that's had influence on all genres of music in the last 100 years. Like when you start to really read into jazz and what the influence is, it's unbelievable. And so the work that these people do to carry that on is amazing. Please thank me in welcoming G. Bundy and his band. Thanks, you guys. Awesome start. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So our theme of today is doing big things. My name's Joth Ricci. I'm the CEO of Dutch Bros. And I'm also the chair of the Oregon Business Plan in OBC. I've had an amazing 5-year run with this team and this staff, an amazing group of leaders across the city. And it's awesome to be in our new venue at the Moda Center, away from the convention center. Let's give the Moda Center a round of applause. Speaking of big things. So as a reminder, in 2020, we launched the business plan. And this is a reminder to everybody in the room. So okay, let's do this first. Who's new to the Leadership Summit? Quick raise of hands. Who's new to Leadership Summit? Wow, and all the new people are in the middle, right? All the veterans are on the outside. Okay, I see this, see how this works. So every 10 years, the business plan gets refreshed. And we launched our new business plan in December of 2020. I was in a green room in some warehouse in North Portland because we couldn't do this. But we still plowed through and launched the business plan. Our business plan is really built on the vision of shared prosperity. If you remember one thing today, you remember the statement of shared prosperity. And that is that all Oregonians from all backgrounds, communities, and locations must have equitable access to good jobs, education opportunities, and other resources to achieve their aspirations. Shared prosperity is the halo behind this plan. It's shared prosperity for the decade that we're in. It's 2023. We're going to carry this work all the way through to 2030 and beyond. Then anchored around the shared prosperity is a framework. There's 4 goals. We want to grow wages, increase the share of people working, grow household wealth, and increase economic mobility. Those are the 4 goals of the plan. Those are non-negotiable. That's how the plan works. And then the goals are anchored by the following 3 imperatives. The imperatives of the plan are the economy, education, and opportunity. We want to grow and create and attract good jobs. We want to prepare Oregonians for the jobs of today and tomorrow. The landscape is changing around us very quickly. And we want to provide opportunity. We want to provide supports that empower more Oregonians to ensure that zip code is not a destiny. Now, when we launched that framework, we said that we were going to build annualized plans. We were going to work on plans and we were going to move through the decade as the decade shifts. There's a lot of people think that this decade will be a time of change that we've never experienced in our adult lives. So we must be nimble, we've got to be flexible, we need to work quickly, and then we need to prepare for the next thing we have to go do. So we anchored the plan in 2021, 22, with reset manufacturing, invest in our workforce. I'm not going to read it all, you can see it. But we started to work in those areas. These work clusters happen in about 3-year cycles. And then as we got to work on that, we see other things start to emerge. These are all connected in one way, shape, or another. So in 2023, we launched our next set of initiatives. You may have heard a little bit about advanced manufacturing and semiconductor. A lot of that work came out of the business plan work that we started a few years ago, and that all start to bring together what we have in 2023 with what we announced. You'll see other information in here related to homelessness. You got post-secondary education, the I-5 bridge, developing a long-term fiscal plan for Oregon. And now as we move into 2024, we've anchored with 2 initiatives. But today, you're going to help us think about what other initiatives we should be focused on as we move forward. Revitalizing the Portland Central City was a big initiative that we kicked off about a year ago, and connect education and research with economic development, which we're going to be showcasing later today as well. We have a great day planned for you. And a lot of feedback I get from this event is you throw a lot at us. Well, guess what? We're going to throw a lot at you today too, all right? So we're not pulling back. If anything, we're going to go harder. We've got Derek Thompson here today from Washington, D.C. He's going to join us for a couple different parts of the program. We have the original founder of the business plan, better known as Senator Ron Wyden, who will focus on the growth of our economy. We're going to hear a report from the Central City Task Force. We've got the governor, the Senate president, and the House Speaker around lunchtime. We're going to spend the afternoon in education and talent development and how to ensure that all Oregonians have access to opportunity. At the end, our higher ed institutions together will be showcasing how they are thinking big in this new work towards research and economic development. So with that, the 5 years are up for me. It's been a great 5 years. I'll be here through the day, but I've had a chance, like I said earlier, to work with some amazing leaders. The staff at OBC is incredible, the leadership that Duncan provides. It's been an amazing journey that I didn't know about until 5 years ago when Patrick Kreitzer called me to invite me to be a part of this. And it's literally been a game-changing for me as a leader to be working on this, and an honor to be as a citizen of Oregon, and as somebody who's grown up in Oregon, to put the work in to make this place better. So I'm excited for the next phase of this. In 2024, Maria Pope, the CEO of PGE, will be taking over my spot. But more importantly, I'd like to welcome Maria to the stage as she takes over the next section. Thanks, everybody.
Joth, thank you for those kind words, and clearly big shoes to fill, and I need some tennis shoes. Now let me introduce our Senator Jeff Merkley, who unfortunately is not able to be with us today, but he gives us words of wisdom as we think big. Video?
Greetings, Senator Jeff Merkley here. Normally I'd be with you in person, but today I'm traveling on an official congressional delegation to Guatemala and Honduras to help strengthen their democracies and confront the corruption in Central America that's driving so many citizens to flee north toward our border. So I can't be with you in person, but I'm with you in spirit. And I'm thrilled that the theme, your summit this year, is Thinking Big, which made me think of that old Greek proverb that says, society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they shall never sit. Oregon is growing great because of all the work that all of you are doing to plan for the future. Business leaders, community leaders, government leaders, you're thinking big about our shared future. Working together on projects related to small business and agriculture and manufacturing and workforce for the success of the current economy and the success of the next generation. I encourage you to reach out to my team about ways we can continue to collaborate as we think big. Together, we can lay down the plans for the success of future generations. Thank you.
It is now my great honor to introduce Senator Ron Wyden. In the more than 20 years since the senator helped launch this summit, it is an important convening for business, elected officials, and community leaders. Since we're at the Moda Center, it seems only appropriate that we first acknowledge the senator's love of basketball. As a D1 athlete at Stanford and dominating in sport and policy in our nation's capital. While some of us may be skeptical of his place in this year's Trailblazers lineup, it's comforting to know that we have a veteran forward in Washington. Senator Wyden has served the Oregon Senate, served in Oregon in the Senate since 1996 and previously in Congress. He is the chair of the influential Senate Finance Committee, and he is a key member of the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. Senator Wyden is focused on creating opportunity across Oregon. After passing the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the Senate tirelessly worked to bring federal dollars to Oregon, from the Portland Airport to the port at Coos Bay. In the energy sector, we at Portland General have seen the impact of his work through a $1 billion investment in the Pacific Northwest Hydrogen Hub, $250 million investment in transmission, enabling the Confederated Tribes of the Warm Springs to develop renewable energy, and $50 million in smart grid investments and new technologies in partnership with NVIDIA. Senator Wyden has also been instrumental and on the forefront of technology. The investment in semiconductor industry is a game changer for this state and a key driver of our state's economy, not only in passing the CHIPS Act, but in leading the work that culminated in the legislature allocating $240 million to matching funds, which will lead to a projected $40 billion of investment across Oregon. And if that wasn't enough, the senator spent last summer on his Bounty of Oregon tour, promoting vibrant food and beverage industry, a significant economic engine that makes our state a destination and all of our lives better. Few have had such impact, creating economic growth and opportunity for generations of Oregonians to come. Please join me in welcoming and thanking Senator Ron Wyden.